first concept I want to share with you guys is what we call a Stockholm syndrome. It's a rare form of a mental state or a condition that develops in a person who has usually been held hostage by a kidnapper or a captor. Now, this condition or this emotional state can also happen in severe psychological abuse when there is an imbalance of power. Means that the abuser is a very powerful person, either physically powerful or by his status, money, financially, or powerful in any other reasons. And the victim develops these psychological symptoms inside her or him in which they actually start identifying with this abuser. Means that instead of showing resentment, anger, and hate, they develop this emotional bond with this abuser wherein they believe that this abuser is meaning well of them. It's also in psychological terms called as a fawn response. So that means they just become not only obedient, but they are afraid to report the abuser. They're afraid to say anything against the abuser. They don't even admit that they are in an abusive cycle. This term was first coined or given to us in 1973 when there was a bank robbery that took place in Stockholm, Sweden. The hostages defended their captors after being released and would refuse to testify against them in the court. The hostage believes in the humanity of this captor or this abuser. They think that the abuser is a good person and means well of the victim. The victim no longer sees this abuser as a threat, even believes that the abuse was meant for this victim's well-being. Now, there is evidence that some victims of childhood sexual abuse show signs of Stockholm syndrome, and they develop this connection with the abuser. They often feel flattered by the adult attention, or they're even afraid that if they disclose this family secret, that it's going to create a family disruption. Even in adulthood, they're unable to disclose for emotional and personal reasons. They feel confusion, blurry memory, delusions, recurring flashbacks, lack of feelings, or they just feel numb. They feel a lot of fear, helplessness, hopelessness. They can be aggressive. They feel depression, guilt, dependence on the captor, and development of post-traumatic stress disorder.